Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Brick Care Court at the Box here in Canyon, Texas, on the home campus of West Texas A&M. I'm Lucas Kinsey, joined by my broadcast partner this evening, Alex Kipfer. And as you look out and you see right there the great look of Brick Care Court, we're going to get a chance to hear more about that. And obviously tonight, for those that did not know, it'll be the ribbon cutting ceremony that they will have this evening for Brick Care Court, which is a brand new surface. We talked about that as we started the season, and so they will honor the Britton family, and among those will be Lauren Britton, who's an outstanding volleyball player when she was here at West Texas A&M. Tonight's matchup, WT and UT Permian Basin, and two teams that have similar records. Alex, WT 7 wins, 2 losses, 1-1 in LSC plays. They started that last weekend.
Yep.
And started it out with a tough loss to UT Tyler, who's ranked in the top 25, obviously, and very tough. And then they had to turn around on Saturday, and they were able to defeat Texas A&M Commerce. On the other side, UTPB, the Falcons, they're 6-3, and head coach Tim Lesh likes what his team is doing. We saw them at the beginning of the season at the preseason tournament that we had here, and they're 6-3. They're 1-0. They had a 3-0 sweep against Western New Mexico in conference play. What are you looking for in this matchup tonight?
It's really going to be about the hitting for the Lady Buffs, as we've seen. If we can get Tori Miller and we can get Kayla Elliott going early, things have really worked out for WT this season. On the flip side, for UTPB, the key player offensively for the Falcons is going to be Quincy Strambler.
Yeah,
she's
talented.
Yeah, the offense really revolves around her. She's strong, she's athletic, really plays well above the net. And if things go well for her, the Falcons could look to find success here. But the other key for UTPB is going to be their passing, something that I've seen, especially in the Lady Buff Brit Care Classic while they were here. When they struggled to get a ball in system consistently throughout a match, they really struggled to not only find Quincia, but find other people like McGee in the middle or just anybody else to really get their offense in motion.
Mentioned Tim Lesh on the other side for the Lady Buffs. Head coach Kendra Potts is in her third season, 39 wins and 13 losses record. An NCAA tournament appearance in 2019, and she again has this young but deep team off to a very good start. We talked to head coach Kendra Potts earlier, and so let's see that video, and we'll hear from Kendra Potts on tonight's matchup with UTPB.
Well, first, it was good to get some of those road wins, but out of the losses to two very great teams, what we learned is that we need to handle certain moments better. We actually played some really good volleyball against both Nebraska Kearney and UT Tyler. We just had moments that we made pretty significant, maybe in the wrong way. And so there's no lack of want, there's no lack of effort. Now we just kind of have to control those moments and make sure we stay composed. And so I feel like the only way you get through that is just putting yourself in that position again, over and over again. And so we're mimicking that in practice, and we're able to fine tune some things that we want to keep working on. But yeah, I feel like those were very productive matches on the road those last 2 weeks.
Okay, so while you're on the road, senior libero Chandler Vogel moved into second place on the all-time digs list here at WT. She passed Sarah Contreras, All-American. And so Chandler's played, 431 sets as a player. Kind of talk about her commitment, especially kind of an extra year for her, but that commitment to her craft, and also being a leader. She is just as in as she was the first year, it seems like.
Yeah, I first of all, I feel super blessed that she decided to take this extra semester, because she could have easily graduated last May and been on with her career. And she chose us, which is super special, and I was grateful for that. But she just brings so much to the team as far as just being our back row quarterback, and also just showing the younger players that are here just how to handle yourself in pressure situations, how to handle yourself off the court. And just, we're calling her grandma every now and then, just making jokes out of that. But man, it's so nice to have a player in that role rather than just listening to coaches kind of telling you the ropes and how to do things. And so she brings so much to us than just digs.
Tonight, before the match, they're going to have the ribbon cutting ceremony. They're going to dedicate the court, Brick Care Court, as it's named, here at the Box. So the Britton family will be here. You're also going to have Lauren Britton, former Lady Buff, in attendance. It's going to be pretty special.
Absolutely. I can't think of a better family to recognize but also a company to recognize, because they have supported us since I can remember, even back in my playing days, and the Britton family, there's just that special tie because Lauren played here. And I cannot wait to celebrate this family and to let them know how much they mean to us, not just as a volleyball program, but as an athletic department. And for them to show the support and provide this beautiful court that we have, it just shows what the community around here is like. So UTBB is a very talented team. They've got one of the best outside hitters, I think, in the country. And Strambler, number 19, and we're going to have to defend her. She can take over matches quickly, but they also have some really nice balancing pieces around her to where they're going to compete with anybody and everybody every single night. And so they're not a team that you overlook. Also playing them 4 times last year, I feel like we kind of know each other. And so there's that rivalry there that you can't ignore. Yeah. And so we have been focusing on UTBB hardcore this week. We actually got a pretty good look at them opening weekend too, and they look good. And so we know what we're up against, and we've got a good game plan, but we're also ready to adjust when we need to.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
Welcome back to Brett Care Court at the Box as West Texas A&M Lady Buffs out on the court right now warming up, and UTPB just finished their warm-up, getting closer, about 5 minutes before at least the start of introductions. And again, tonight we'll have a special ribbon-cutting ceremony, if you will, for Brett Care Court tonight. Alex Kipfer joining me for the broadcast. And, Alex, let's talk more about the Lady Buffs. This team, again, 7-2, and we have seen them in action this season. Mention the depth, and to start the season, Coach Potts had talked to us about the youth on this team, but in a good way. She was excited about the youth.
Yeah, definitely.
And there are some young players that have really stepped up for this team early in the season.
Yeah, you're not lying about that. More underclassmen than upperclassmen on this team thus far, and there's been a lot of underclassmen that we've seen get a lot of playing time. You know, like Ashlyn Vineyard got all-tournament team here at the Lady Buff Brit Care Classic. It's really just been an all-around effort for the Lady Buffs on, I guess, the underclassmen side of things. Emma Patterson is going to be a big role in the back line this year, as Cameron Artali graduated last season. So like you were saying, there is a lot of youth on this team, and the future for years to come is going to be bright. And
the other interesting thing is that some of the youth, they're listed as freshmen, but they actually played last year. They were here, and so it's not listed as a redshirt freshman, not technically a redshirt freshman, but that's essentially what happened last year with COVID. Is they changed the season to the spring, and so you had players for WT like Cammie Jones, for example, who's playing right side and doing a really good job, averaging 2.45 kills per set. Nice hitting percentage of .362, so we're seeing what she can do. Also, another player that gets in and plays good defense for the Lady Buffs, Emma Patterson, a freshman from Amarillo out of Highland Park. And then 2 weeks ago, when we saw the Lady Buffs, Corin Davis was another one that comes off the bench and does some good things from Amarillo High School. But for this Lady Buff team, you look at it, and it's a mix of those players with some, as you said, some veterans, if you will, that are very special. Tori Miller on the outside. Everybody knows number 31, obviously.
Of course.
Chandler Vogel, we heard Coach Potts talking about Chandler Vogel. Oh, by the way, over the 5-game road trip, Chandler moved into second place all time on the Diggs list. And so you've got her back there as the libero, and also a player that really came on last season and has continued that strong play is Kayla Elliott.
Yeah, Kayla was a player that we really didn't get to see a lot in her first year here at WT as she transferred. Again, Kayla is the junior from California, the big presence in the middle, who we saw a lot more last year after Destiny graduated.
Yeah.
And she really stepped in to fill the role that Destiny played for years at WT. The athletic middle blocker, able to run on the slide, able to slide left to right defensively, and really cover a lot in the middle.
You know, and the other thing that has been so interesting to watch with Kayla, and you saw it last year in the shortened season, she led the team in aces. She's doing it again this year from the service line. Kayla Elliott, you don't think about the middle blockers as being the serving technicians, but that's what she does.
Yeah, no. Elliott is very, very skilled at serving, which is one of the reasons why she is one of the few middle blockers that I've seen that has gotten almost the full rotation around. Again, after she finishes her serve and the point goes back to the other side, then the libero like Chandler, or if it's Emma or whoever is tied with her specifically, will then come into the back row. But there's been plenty of times between last year and this year that I've seen Kayla come in, serve very well, get 1 or 2 aces, not necessarily in a row, but in a string of serves that would go 4, 5, 6, 7 straight points for the Lady Buffs. And sometimes getting that out of your middle from the service line can be huge.
On the other side for UT Permian Basin, and you mentioned it, Aquincia Strambler, the senior out of Midland, she's pretty special, 3.8 kills per set for Strambler. We obviously got a good look at her at the tournament, Brett Kerr tournament that the Lady Buffs hosted. And so she can put the ball down. But one of the players that's been very fun to watch for UTPB is the senior Annalise Lucio. Leads the team, obviously the main setter, with 262 assists. And so everything runs through her. And I think what Coach Lesh is hoping that he will see tonight is, as you said, Alex, it starts on the serve receive. You've got to have good passing. But he wants to mix it up. They can't go to Strambler too much. They've got to have other options.
Yeah.
Maybe talk about some of those other options.
So with UTPB, again, from what I've seen in the couple of games that I got to watch them broadcast, Tori McGee is the next option for them in the middle. Again, when Lucio and McGee have a good connection and good timing on their quick middles, she is very skilled at cutting left or cutting right if needed, especially if there's a big middle blocker like she's going to see from Kayla Elliott today. Outside of that, Isela Murillo has also done a very good job. And then a surprising name to hear every once in a while is going to be Natanya Allison, who's going to be somebody that we would see in sometimes more of a defensive role, but she does hit very well and is athletic and might be one of those people that we'd see get a couple of kills on a back row attack from an out-of-system ball.
Again, West Texas A&M getting set to take on UT Permian Basin right here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Lucas Kinsey alongside Alex Kiffer. Our director tonight for the Thunder Vision broadcast, Jacob Johnson. Also with us tonight on the cameras, Nicole Williams, Kaysen Johnson, and Emma McReynolds. We appreciate everyone for watching tonight. Let's go down and let's catch the ribbon-cutting ceremony here for Brett Kerr Court.
One of the finest volleyball surfaces in the world. It was most recently used at this summer's Tokyo Olympics. West Texas A&M installed this floor over the summer. It is another example of its ongoing commitment to student success, excellence.
See, athletic director down on the right, Michael McBroom, holding the picture up, and on the left side, Dr. Windler, the president of West Texas A&M, by Kendra Potts, the Britton family out in the middle, and a lot of excitement for this program, this family. You heard Kendra Potts talk about how special this really is for everyone.
Joining President Walter Windler tonight, Athletic Director Michael McBroom, Head Coach Kendra Potts at midcourt, are members of the Britton family and Brett Kerr Home Medical. Fans, Brett Kerr's support of WT Volleyball began more than 2 decades ago with their sponsorship of the season-opening Brett Kerr Lady Buff Classic.
And Alex, you know, we've talked about this a lot on the broadcast that we had earlier in the season. This floor is spectacular.
Yes.
It's obviously a clean look, and I think that's one of the things that people obviously notice, first of all, when they walk in. But the players love it. They love being out here, obviously, in practice and in the matches. And a lot of good things with the court. Number one, that the coaches and the trainers talk about is the safety.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the biggest keys, especially we all know some of us love it, some of us are a little bit more inclined against it. The temperature here in the box, something that the girls themselves, I haven't ever seen anybody have any problems with it because it gives them an advantage. You know, they practice in it every day. They're used to it. It's second nature to them by now. But with the heat here and a lot of moving bodies on the court, any type of moisture, things like that would get on the court could be potentially dangerous for anybody playing on it. And that's one of the things that this court is designed to do is help prevent injuries from that.
Want to again thank Brick Care Home Medical. That's pretty awesome right there. And, of course, you have to mention when you're talking about the Britton family, Lauren Britton, who was an outstanding volleyball player for West Texas A&M from 2013 to 2016. And so just awesome to have that family a part of this ceremony tonight and the fans showing their appreciation as well. We're getting closer here to the start of the match. Let's go ahead and step aside. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, starting lineups and set number one here from Canyon, Texas. We're back after these messages on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This is what a new heart valve looks like. This is what a bypassed artery looks like. And this is what a repaired aortic aneurysm looks like. The BSA Heart and Vascular Team is here to help you live life to the fullest. From our state-of-the-art cardiac technologies to our dedicated heart specialists, our goal is to help you take the very best care of your heart so you can enjoy everything else that matters to you. BSA for life.
80 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
Great job there from the West Texas A&M Pep Band on the national anthem, and we are ready to do the starting lineups. Let's look first at the starters for UT Permian Basin, the Falcons, as we talked a little bit about UT Permian Basin. Starting number 3, Daily Doggett, 5'5", sophomore out of Justin, Texas. She is the defensive specialist for this team. 4.8 digs per set. Number 9, Isela Murillo, 5'10", senior out of Laredo, outside hitter, averaging 2 kills per set, hitting 166 on the season. She also has 7 blocks. We talked about this young lady, 6'1", senior from Altadena, California. Number 10, Tori McGee, 2.2 kills per set, 283 hitting average, and she leads the team with 32 blocks this season. She's a transfer from Southern Nevada. Number 16, Annalise Lucio. She's the setter, 5'8", senior, also out of Justin, Texas. And so she does all the work there for them from the setter position, mostly. 262 assists already this year. Chandra Reed, 6-foot sophomore from Thrall, Texas, middle blocker. And Chandra is hitting a nice 333 this season. And in the main star here for the Falcons, Aquincia Strambler. She's a 5'8" senior from Midland, Texas, and wears number 19, 3.8 kills per set, 292. and also 1.3 digs per set, and that is the UT Permian Basin Falcons. Is, look at, Alex, some of their team statistics, and maybe one thing that stands out is aces. UTPB has 49 serving aces, opponents just 31, and in these critical close matchups how important serving can be.
Yeah, a serving ace, especially if it's, a 2-point game, a 1-point game, even if it's a tie game, it's really a big momentum shifter, especially if you can get the second point after the ace. Then it really, if you get the ace, and then it goes back a side out, especially if there's a service error, it really kind of nullifies things. But if you get a service ace and then you get the second point after, it really helps solidify the momentum swing in your favor, and that's something that UTPB has done a good job, and it's reflecting in their record this year.
All right, let's look at the starting lineups for the hometown West Texas A&M Lady Buffs. Again, an overall record of 7-2, 1 win, 1 loss in Lone Star Conference play. A 4-0 record at home this season. Last spring they also did not lose a match here at the box, and so doing pretty good at home, as is a custom for West Texas A&M, with an overall 495 wins and just 82 loss record in this arena. 86%. That's pretty impressive there. 19 Lone Star Conference championships, 3 NCAA championships right here from the Lady Buffs in the box. The starting lineup tonight for West Texas A&M. Number 1, how about the true freshman Marjani Stanfield? She's out of Houston, Texas, a middle blocker, extremely athletic and crafty with her shots, and always exciting. From the moment she walks into the gym, she is dancing, and it continues when she's on the court. Number 9, the setter, Sadie Snee, 6-foot senior from Kingman, Arizona. 167 assists this year for the Lady Buffs. Tonight she will be doing most of the setting on her own. There will be a little bit of help from Mary Nagasa, who will come in. Lady Buffs will be without Blair Moreland for tonight. Number 10, Cammie Jones, 5'10 freshman out of Portland, Texas. 2.45 kills per set for Cammie Jones, as they have called her Cam Bam. And number 13, Abby Nash, will also start, outside hitter. Abby, a transfer from Lamar University, getting better and better every match as she's getting accustomed to a new team. The 5'9 junior out of Tucson, Arizona, with hitting 188. And she also is averaging 2.81 digs per set. Does a good job on the back row. Kayla Elliott, we've talked about Kayla Elliott, number 16, 6-foot junior from Wildomar, California, 2.36 kills per set. Leads the team in 2 categories, blocks with 23, service aces with 13. And then number 31, outside hitter, Tori Miller, 5'11 sophomore, All-American from Brownwood, Texas. Tori leads the team with 4 kills per set, right now hitting 292 on the season. As you're announcing the team right now, Alex, Tori Miller, saw it in preseason before they even started. She worked on her physical fitness and is quicker, and that's what Tori had told us before the season started. She said, I really wanted to get quicker, but I wanted to continue, obviously, to be strong on the outside as a hitter.
Right.
What have you seen from her in terms of play that is even more improved and as good as she was last year?
At the end of the day, that's a very hard question to answer, because Tori
There's
Miller
so many
did a lot of things very well last year.
Yeah, could she get better? Yeah, she did.
Somehow continues to get better year after year after year. Again, last year we saw her. She still played very, very well as the Lady Buffs made a run into the Lone Star Conference tournament. Tori Miller named an All-American alongside her teammate Chandler Vogel.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, it just amazes me every year, like what she is able to do on a volleyball court. Some of the shots that she's able to make. Again, sometimes the way she gets kills are not orthodox. Sometimes when you think she's gonna just swing on one with all of her strength, she'll cut it and throw an off-speed pitch in there and find a corner of the court where there's absolutely nobody there. And really, words just can't describe how well she does things on a night-after-night basis.
She's such a fun player to watch, and I would say, obviously, as you just described, a complete player. So many times in volleyball, even in the college ranks, you get players as hitters that they hit well. They do what they are supposed to do well. They don't work on all the aspects of the game.
Right.
Tori can pass. Tori gets up there and does a good job when she's needed to try to block. And so already off to a great start. Lady Buffs wearing the home uniforms tonight, the black jerseys, black skins with West Texas A&M on the front of the jersey. And for UT Permian Basin, the road, white jerseys with the orange numerals and the black skins. And West Texas A&M will serve to get things started. Busy weekend for West Texas A&M athletics. Busy weekend for you and I both, Alex Kipfer. Tomorrow, 2 soccer matches for the men and the women. Each have one, a volleyball match tomorrow at 2 o'clock against Western, and a football game tomorrow night at 7. Other than that, we have nothing going. And here we're starting in set number 1. The Falcons get it set up, and on the attack, it's going to go off of Lady Buffs, and it'll be a point on the side out for UT Permian Basin. How important is it, Alex, for the Falcons to have a fast start?
Very, very important. There's been a couple of times that we've seen them get off to a very, very slow start, something that they have been known to do, should I say, over the last couple of years in the Lone Star Conference. And it looks like they're getting off to a little bit of a quick start today.
Yeah, the serve put the Lady Buffs out of system. Sadie Snay tried her best to stay out of the net. She did stay out of the net, but on the set could not be handled by Marjani. And so it's a quick 2-0 lead here for UTPB in set number 1. Back set over to Cami Jones. She flattens that ball and gets her first kill and gets the Lady Buffs on the board. And that's a perfect example, Alex, of what we talked about. This WT team has more options this year.
Yeah. Very, very deep roster. Not going to be too many holes to fill next year in the front line. Again, Sadie Snay is a senior this year. Chandler Vogel is senior this year. But in the front line, going to be returning just about everybody else.
Now the teams go back and forth on this rally, and it's still going. Good dig from Vogel. A pass that a shot that nearly goes in. And now we play on. Snay will set it up for Nash. That was close. Ooh, very close and called in, and the Lady Buffs will take that one unless Tim Lesh, he kind of looked over at the official. He said, no, that's good, and because it was tipped. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what it looked like. He was talking to the up ref, and he had the challenge card ready to go, but I guess that there was a touch that really confirmed things, and he decided not to use it.
Good swing from Stephanie Sanchez, who's in right now on the right side. Some good defense from both teams going back and forth as they try to get comfortable with the passing. That's a good pass. Bump set. Sanchez rolls it over. They're going to get Tori Miller from the back line, and that sails out of bounds. Point back to UT Permian Basin. Falcons lead 3-2. And so I think both coaches just very early in this one, Alex, probably feel like it needs to clean up a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Good effort, again, though, from both sides, making each point is being earned. That one's going to be a service error. They'll go against Daly Doggett, the sophomore from Justin, and even set number 1 up at 3-3.
Checking into the game for the Lady Buffs now going to be number 4, Mary Nagasi, and then into the front row is going to be number 20, Corin Davis.
And that first serve from Nagase does sail out of bounds, so each team's trade the service errors, and Falcons take the lead again. Again, Mary will be getting more playing time this year, the junior from Oakland, California, and does have 4 assists this season. Has played just 5 sets. Has soft hands, though. Watched her in preseason in the practices, and really soft touch. They're out of system here, way out of system, but Miller tries to save it over, and that was 4, so it didn't matter anyway, and the point to the Falcons. So far, even though each team has had a service error, at least one, UTPB doing a good job with their serving, Alex, getting the Lady Buffs just off kilter a little bit. Elliott pushes that one over, couldn't get a clean attempt. Nagasa again, set maybe a little low, but Elliott got it over. Now they'll try on the outside. Sarah Antic, who comes in as a big hitter. Did that ball bounce in? It did.
Wow.
And Nagase with a little excitement, a little celebration after that one there. It's 5-4 UTPB. As we'll look on the replay.
Barely caught the inside part of the court there. Hey, that's all you need.
That's right.
That's all you need.
I always like the saying, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. There's nothing lucky about that one. That was a great serve from Abby Nash. Bounces sideways off of the passer as UT Permian Basin assistant coaches giving some instructions right now to their back row. We're tied up again, 5-5. First set here from the box. And Nash attacks the same spot and gets the same result. And that's just a tough one there where she goes right back at Natanya Allison, and the junior from Schertz, Texas, will come over to the bench and get some instruction and get a chance to get back in there, hopefully. Right now, WT with 2 straight service aces leads 6-5. Ooh, that was an impressive hit from the player we were talking about, Alex. There's Tori McGee.
Yeah, again, McGee is somebody that UTPB has to get going. Again, as we've seen, Aquincy Strambler is going to get her attempts. She's going to get her touches. But for the Falcons to be successful, there has to be that second or even third person to be able to create points for UTPB today.
Right now, the Falcons out hitting the Lady Buffs 154-100, and they get another one there. And this is a good start here for Coach Lesch's Falcons, again, who are feeling good after a 3-0 sweep against Western New Mexico in their last match. Tori Miller off the touch. Yes, got the kill, and that was a good set from Nagase.
Now back to serve for the Lady Buffs. Kayla Elliott, like we were talking about.
She's aggressive.
Very aggressive serving. And WT with already 2 service aces today, would not be surprised to see her get a couple more.
Pass back to the back row, and it's hit over but taken from Isela Murillo. Now a tip that UTPB gets a hold of and save from Nash. Back set, slide from McGee. Good passing there. Will lead to an attempt for Miller. Good defense by the Falcons, though. Strambler gets up, but didn't get up high enough because Marjani Stanfield, a little help from Corin Davis, but denies that shot. And that's impressive because that doesn't happen to Strambler too often.
No, it definitely does not. Not necessarily sure if her timing was a little bit off on it or if the set was a little bit too low. Usually she's coming down at a different angle. Makes it very hard to block.
Setter has to go all the way to the back row and gets it to Strambler, who hits an incredible shot. Nice roll shot that the Lady Buffs weren't quite ready for, and so a good point for UTPB. When you're able to get points like that last sequence there, when you start out of system and you still get a point, gotta love that.
Very, very beneficial for your team in the long run. Not something you see very often. But what's not beneficial is service errors. Second service error of the match for UTPB, this one coming off the hand of Caitlin Bustamante. Something you just can't have, especially if you're losing the service aces battle 2-0 like WT has taken advantage of today.
So it'll be 9 serving 8 for Snee, the lefty. Look at that floater that they were ready for, but the official was not ready. He was turned talking to the scores table, and so they tell Sadie, you got to try again. This is like the field goal kicker that kicks it and then somebody calls timeout, or if you're a New York Giants fan, somebody jumps off sides, maybe. So Snee kind of goes with the same technique on the serve. They push it out to Strambler. Great tip from Aquincy Strambler. She went way up in the air, and the block was set up. She recognized it, though, and put it right in the open spot.
And that's what being that athletic is able to do for you on a volleyball court. Coming at a completely different angle than a lot of other players really helps out in getting not only tip shots to go over, but a normal swing at the same time.
So now the Falcons struggling serving. Annalise Lucio, that high toss on the jump serve, but it was out from the time it left her hand. Lady Buffs again, as we go back and forth in the first set. They lead 10-9, WT does. Back set to Strambler. Miller tried to get in front of that ball, but it goes out of bounds into Buff Nation over there in the bleachers. And so that's what Strambler, she missed on that attack several plays ago. The last couple times, Alex, she's ready.
Yeah, third kill in 5 total attempts for Strambler. Also has 2 digs in the back. Doing a great job today for the Falcons.
Here's Snee. Pushes outside to Abby Nash. And Abby, she likes to go on her kill shots down the line. And those are hard to dig, obviously. That one was right where it needed to be for the kill.
Yeah, definitely a great ball there from Nash. She picks up her second kill. Also has 2 other points for the Lady Buffs on service aces, as it's going to be Reed.
Yeah, it was a good tip from Reed.
It looked like if Elliott didn't get a touch on it at the net, Vogel was going to be there to get the initial dig, but the touch from Elliott at the net changed the direction of the ball, allowing Reed to pick up the kill.
We're tied again at 11. Yeah, you want those block touches, but sometimes they do go against you. Elliott denied twice there from Tori McGee. Good defense by the Falcons. And again, good defense by the Falcons. Set wasn't high enough. Sadie Snee recognized that and kind of gave that sign to Kayla, like, my bad. And so now the Falcons have a little momentum. 12-11. And a team on the road, first set, playing like they are right now, could be dangerous. Nash is dangerous, but that shot is just out. Her kill attempt gives a point to UTPB, and they lead now by 2. No.
Check that. It looks like it's going to be for WT.
Oh, did they change it?
It looks like the up ref said there was a touch at the net, but it looks like the Falcons are going to challenge it.
Going to go ahead and see if that ball was touched. And you always, this is a stat that I want, Alex. I want for the coaches the percentage of how many challenges they get right, because when we did the Classic to start the season here, Kendra Potts, she didn't miss. I think she only missed 1. And the story behind that, supposedly, is that she knew that it was out. She knew that it was not touched by WT. She still challenged because at that moment in the match, kind of didn't have the momentum. And so she wanted to
kind of acted like it's the extra timeout.
Just give a little breather. Okay. Can't confirm that or not, but if it's true, it's pretty smart. So they're trying to.
Is that the equivalent of like when Jason Kidd told his player to bump into him to spill the drink on the court?
Maybe.
You know?
Crafty.
Definitely very, very crafty. Speaking of crafty, Coach Potts, very crafty in her time here at WT.
Yeah, she's done a phenomenal job. And, you know, the wins are there. The NCAA appearances there in 2019. This is what we're starting to see, though, and give credit as well to Casey Shingler, her associate head coach, who joined me last night on the coaches show. They're doing a really good job recruiting.
Yes,
because they're bringing in some good players. Okay, so the challenge, as you see the applause there, the celebration from the Falcons bench and players, tells you the story, and it is going to be a point for UTPB, so they will take that 2-point lead in the first set.
Well, Coach Loesch, like you were saying, percentage-wise, 100% today on his challenges. We'll see how that plays out through the rest of the match.
Jump serve handled by Miller. They'll bump it outside to Abby Nash. Nearly got one. Good block touch, and it's going to end up in a block. Goes down. Kayla Elliott in the middle. Good defense.
Yeah, great job by Elliott there, recognizing that quick hit in the middle from McGee and was able to react just as quickly as we see on the replay. A good job from Elliott.
And Nagasi back in, serving. Antic tries to put one down. Good one-hand save there from Nash. They set up Elliott, but good defense. Got a touch on that at the net. No touch there. That's Tori McGee. And she's getting hot here in this first set. Another point for the Falcons.
Yeah, 2 kills for McGee. Also has the solo block on Elliott we saw a little bit ago. And the Falcons front line playing very well to match the Lady Buffs as they have a 2-point lead.
It will be Stephanie Sanchez to serve. Handled easily by Vogel. Nash wide on her attempt. Largest lead of the set for either team. And it's at 15-12, UTPB. And a big difference here, Alex. 273 hitting for the Falcons. Lady Buffs, zeros.
Yeah. Attack errors have really been key for the Lady Buffs. Haven't been able to keep balls in play to force UTPB to make plays on it, as we see there. Nash getting a kill off the top of the block and finding a deep corner spot.
So a good attack from Nash. She's doing a good job right now with a couple of aces, 3 kills, and 1 dig. Set pushed outside to Antic. Nice job from both Corn Davis and Elliott on the block touch. Kept alive. Easy tip handled there. And Antic will go back. Wasn't quite ready, but still got a decent attempt on it. Davis will try it. Kept alive. Got to get that one over, and the Lady Buffs do. So good defense back and forth. And it goes to UT Permian Basin. How about the fight? How about the toughness there? As they will take a 3-point lead again, 16-13.
Yeah, a good job by the Falcons. A great job by the Lady Buffs to stay with it through that play.
That was back and forth. Good effort. Antic with her first kill. Good block again. The sets are just a little low right now for Kayla Elliott. And the whistle in the Lady Buffs, 4.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
It was
4 touch.
So it is a 4-point lead. We'll see if Kendra Potts makes some subs. She does. Sadie Snee back in. And also in for the first time in the set tonight. First set is Emma Patterson. So they'll move Emma to the back row. Number 25, who again has 6 service aces this year, 2.3 digs per set. Oh, that one down quickly for Tori Miller.
Yeah, great job there from Miller as we look at the replay. A good pass from Patterson. The set nice and high, and Miller just too strong as she puts that one down.
They do a good job against McGee that time. Strambler with a tip. Lady Buffs need to capitalize here. But nice job on the back row from Murillo. Strambler tries, block. Coming right back at you. Marjani Stanfield, they need that. Still trailing by 2. Good look at that replay. Up and denied at the net.
Yeah, Stanfield, a very athletic middle. Doesn't have the usual size that you would see from a middle blocker at 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", only standing at 5'9", but really fills the role well.
There's going to be another point for the Falcons. Lead back to 3. As we look at that replay, just using the middle. Right now, the middle has, honestly, Alex, been more effective for UTPB than outside.
Definitely.
They try Strambler, and off the touch, out of bounds, point, UT Permian Basin. Momentum with the visitors from Odessa, and that calls for a timeout. 19-15 here in set 1. We'll take a timeout, come back with more action here from the box. This is the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas. Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
All right, the timeout taken by head coach Kendra Potts, and you see the score there in favor of UT Permian Basin. You come into this gym, you know what you got to do. You got to jump out and get out to an early lead, and that is what the Falcons have done, Alex. As right now, out hitting the Lady Buffs by a staggering 290 to .065.
Yeah, some of that hasn't always been just about how well the front line for UTPB has played, but just how bad, necessarily, I should say, the hitters have been for WT, haven't been able to keep balls in play to force UTPB to make plays, which is what they need to do. If I'm a coach, I would rather you send a ball to force a player to make a good play than try to make a great play yourself and put it where nobody can get it.
It's an attack error by the Falcons that leads to a much-needed point for WT, but they got to string together a few, and that's not happening right there. Quincy Strambler, perfect set. Lady Buffs defense not ready, and no chance on that fastball that came across for the Falcons, 20-16.
Yeah, again, the angle that Strambler's hitting from is just so straight down. As a blocker, it's very, very hard to get in the hitting path.
5 kills already for Strambler. Tried to go there again, but she was a little further back from the net. And so it goes into the net and a point back to West Texas A&M. So here they go. They can get it back to 3, but you feel like they need to string some points together here just to grab some momentum.
Yeah. The Lady Buffs need at least 2 more points in a row here to cut it within 1. Otherwise, they're going to be in trouble here going into the later stages of this set.
Got a chance here as they got the Falcons out of system. Back set to Jones. Good swing, but even better defense to handle that one. Look at that back row hit from the Falcons. Nash tries an attempt and a great save from Lucio. That was in. Nash gets a good kill right there. It's like she flirts as much as possible with the ball placement.
Yeah.
Because this is close. Look at this. Just zips it in and cuts the lead to 2. Timeout taken by head coach Tim Lesh of UTPB. We're back after this timeout here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. 2 points here in the first set.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are one part passion.
Welcome to MetaDrive Pharmacy, Canyon's hometown pharmacy for over 32 years. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to counsel you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly, professional service and the highest quality medicines and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all.
Welcome back. Timeout taken by UTPB. It's a 2-point lead for the road team Falcons. Lady Buffs on the serve. Big swing from the outside that is going to go off of Cami Jones' hands, and a point for the Falcons.
Yeah, good job there to tool the block and get a much-needed point out of the timeout. A timeout that I didn't necessarily expect the Falcons to take, but it looks like it's paid off for them.
That's Stephanie Sanchez. She's hitting .500. They're just getting a collective effort from everyone that is really good right now, and it's another point there for the Falcons, 22-18 now. Yeah, that's what Coach Lesh wants to see. I mean, you're on the road. First set, it's obviously so important. And WT crawls back, cuts it to 2. He calls the timeout. 2 straight points back to the Falcons. Nash, the block is out. That was close.
Yeah, that's a good job by Vogel there, right on top of that one. And she's got the eagle eye to watch it.
You just basically have to choose, right? Am I going to go for it or watch?
Yeah.
Antic, big swing on the windup, but the touch from Jones. Now a tip that's handled by Snee. Miller, back row attack. that looked a little strange, but still got the job done.
Yeah, the set from Snee was just a little bit in front of the 10-foot line, so Miller had to lunge for it. But, hey, it worked out.
This looked like my son jumping off the couch. Back set, but a tip goes over that's easy for the Lady Buffs to handle. Slide. Pass nicely done by Lucio. And then the Lady Buffs get a block. Kayla Elliott doing what Kayla Elliott does. And now the Lady Buffs have made a run, as you see the replay. It's a 1-point set again, 22-21. We'll take the timeout. Don't go anywhere. We got a good one here from the box, and we're back after these messages.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Brick Care Court here at the box. West Texas A&M trails by 1. This has been a back and forth first set. UTPB largest lead has been 4. And can WT keep the momentum after Coach Lesh calls his second timeout? Overpass and another attempt, and Miller does it again. Now Nash will have a chance down the near line for Abby Nash.
Yeah, that's huge. That's absolutely huge.
Ties it up at 22.
An overpass on the receive, setting up a point after Miller made another great dig. Just absolutely incredible stuff.
Every point so important. Good block touch there for the Falcons. Snee will push it outside to Nash, who this time will roll it. One hand beach dig, and the Falcons found a way to get it over. Incredible effort. Another good dig, that time from Lucio. Got to get it over, lollipop over, so the Lady Buffs have a chance here. Vogel will back set to Nash, who did it again. How about lucky 13, right?
Hey, if it works, it works. And right now, Abby Nash is making it work. As we see the replay there, she continues to find spots on the court where there's nobody there.
And that was an overpass from UTPB, and Kayla Elliott just licking her chops right there, put it down. All of a sudden, it's set point here for West Texas A&M when the Falcons have led, Alex, for most of the first set.
Yeah, a great comeback from the Lady Buffs here, but it's not over yet. We need one more.
Tip, and it's the point to West Texas A&M off of the error there for UTPB. Look at it one more time as you see. Back set off.
Yeah, right off the antenna. Yeah.
So somehow, some way, the Lady Buffs find a way to win the first set, 25-22. A great effort from UTPB. So we'll have the second set for you after this timeout. You're watching Lady Buff Volleyball here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Joints begin to fail. It's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives. Joints begin to fail. It's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
Okay, if you're a West Texas A&M Lady Buff fan, your heart's beating and you got a smile on your face right now because you win the first set 25-22. If you're UTPB, Alex, you got to be a little frustrated, being honest, because it was like if you're doing football for 3 quarters, it was UTPB that was the better team, but the fourth quarter in that first set belonged to West Texas A&M.
Yeah. Just an incredible job by the Lady Buffs to really just come back again. Started out points in this set. They were hitting bad at one point in the negatives or at 0 based off some attack errors, but they finished hitting 156, which still ends up a little bit better than UTPB. Just an incredible all-around job by the Lady Buffs to stay tough and stay strong at the end and claw and scratch their way out and come out with a set 1 victory.
You see the stats up there, and it may be a little misleading, but the most important thing is that the Lady Buffs win the first set 25-22, and see if the Falcons can come out with that same intensity. Their defense was really good, especially at the beginning of the set. Alex, the Lady Buffs were carried by Abby Nash. 7 kills. She hit 357, 2 service aces, a dig, a block, and she again had several shots down the line that were just tough for the Falcons to handle. So the Falcons start things off in set number 2. Going to try to go to Strambler. Timing was off a little, so the block touch keeps the ball in play. Snee tries to sneak one over. The Falcons' back row was ready for it. We got a whistle, maybe a net violation.
Yeah, it looks like it's on Snee.
Okay.
Net violation on Sadie.
Good play from Isela Murillo, who will serve right now, senior from Laredo. Doing good work tonight. Her 3rd dig in the match. Annalise Lucio leading the Falcons with 5 digs already. Miller, big swing, but the touch helps the Falcons. That one, Nash tried to go save, but could not. And then, just like we saw in the first set, Falcons off to a good start. They lead 2-0.
Is this a repeat of set 1?
Well,
I mean, if it is, I'm okay with that. I mean, we ended up winning. But, I mean, it was very good volleyball all throughout either way.
Alex likes his matches dramatic. Are you a Dallas Cowboys fan, Alex?
Yes,
okay.
Unfortunately.
Me too. And their games always seem to be dramatic. That's going to be a double there against Lady Buffs. 3 straight points here to start set number 2. Again, you got to like what you have seen from Coach Lesch's team. And even though they didn't play against West Texas A&M earlier this season, they did. There's a point for WT, much needed there. But just getting a chance to play, you think helped out a little bit, Alex?
Yeah,
the Falcons.
Yeah, definitely.
Play here at this floor in the box.
I guess it gave them a little preview of what was to come this season, as they knew that they were going to have to play WT. I guess they got a precursor to how this game would feel here.
Roll shot from Miller with the soft touch.
Yeah, back-to-back kills for Miller, her 5th on 14 total attempts. Also has 3 digs as we look at it, just rolling it over and nobody's there.
And that's, again, going back to what we talked about in pregame, being such a complete player. She can bring the heater or she can go with the changeup. Another point for West Texas A&M there. They tie things up at 3 apiece.
You missed that one. That one went wide and hit Chandler Vogel's foot sitting over there on the sidelines, and she threw her arms up and was like, come on, man.
Surprised she didn't kick it up and try to dig it. Strambler tries to put it down, and it will go off of the Lady Buffs' point. Or did it? Side out.
Yeah. No, it's a point for UTPB, but again, that angle, I think it went off of the head of Stanfill or Snee. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah.
Either way, great kill from Strambler.
Like Strambler's up on the ladder just looking down. Miller wants a touch call. She's not going to get it. It was a big swing, but Falcons stayed away that time. As you see on the replay. Again, that set out of system. And so it's a 2-point lead for the Falcons. They trail 1-0 in the match. Good dig again. That time it was Daly Doggett. Snee has to save that one. And Miller puts it down to kill.
Yeah, that's just a tough play in the back for Murillo. I mean, just not much you can do. With it coming as high as it is, just the rotation on the ball allows it to drop a little bit right at the end and catch the inside part of the line.
So 4 serving 5. Strambler gets up, but it's a great dig from Nash. Two teams just go back and forth. And that ball lands in on a nice point there for the Falcons. And they'll take a 2-point lead, 6-4.
It looks like Coach Potts was asking Vogel and Miller to see if it was out. But they say it was in, so she holds her challenge.
Lucio serves. What a block. That ends up going off the hand of Abby Nash. May have gone out regardless, but good play defensively up at the net for this UT Permian Basin team that is not shying away. I mean, it's a tough way to lose the first set, but mentally they've gotten right back in this thing, and they lead in set number 2, 7-4. Stanfill, great angle. The set was maybe just slightly off, but Marjani twisted her body and still put that down.
Yeah, a great job there from Stanfill, and an even better job from Abby Nash in the back, as it was a very line drive, hard serve from Lucio, but she's able to stick with it and get a good pass.
Abby's third dig, good block that they just weren't ready for. The Falcons weren't.
Yeah, I think that one was just out in front of Reed a little bit too much, and she wasn't able to get to it, as it kind of just died. It was touched at the net and just went straight down. It like fell in slow motion almost.
Good play again from Abby Nash. It's going to be a service ace from Tori. All smiles from number 31. Ties the set at 7 apiece. Snee handles that attempt from Chandra Reed, and then Nash does hit again. She's on fire.
Wow. 8 kills for Abby Nash, as the Lady Buffs now take the lead here in set number 2, and it's just an incredible performance from Nash today.
Back set to Strambler. It was a good one, but kept alive on the back row from Miller. Here's a free ball for the Falcons. Overpass, kept alive. Great hustle from Jones. Can Nash do it again? It's kept up and over. Good defense. What a rally here. Strambler will try. Tip. Vogel comes up, handles it. Falcons. Bump set outside block, and that one, like it could have been out of bounds. That one's in.
Wow. What an incredible rally between both of these teams. I mean, at the end of the day, that's just great volleyball. Like, there's not much that you can do about it on either side. Again, UTPB makes an incredible play running all the way back by the basketball goals to save a ball off of a touch from the top of a block. And then after that, WT makes a couple of plays, digging some up from the floor. I mean, just absolutely incredible from both sides.
We'll take a 30-second timeout. Lady Buffs lead by 2, 9-7. Back after this quick timeout here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
There's a look at the Buffalo football team coming over tonight to support the volleyball players. And, of course, Alex, that'll be tomorrow night. Cap things off. Talked about the busy day tomorrow at 7 o'clock kickoff tomorrow night at Buffalo Stadium. West Texas A&M hosts the number 5 ranked team in the country, Colorado School of Mines.
Yeah, it should be a great game.
That was a good kill from Quincy Strambler to cut the lead back to 1. You know, you go those rallies that we had before the timeout that the Lady Buffs ended up winning. Just the focus to be able to stay dialed in for that long, fighting for that 1 point, so valuable.
Yeah, definitely critical, and that's really all that it takes in some of these games is just 1 point goes your way or doesn't, should I say, and it can completely change the final outcome.
Antic denied, but it stays alive. One-handed set that Marjani just slaps across. You think she saw where she was going to place that ball?
You know, sometimes you can't. As a hitter, you can't see, especially if the block is there. You just have to, in general, know how the rotations work on a volleyball court and know where players are or aren't going to be, as that's a big block from Elliott and Jones on the far side. But again, like I was saying, sometimes you can't see where it's at. You just have to know to try to get it to a certain area, and I sometimes really hope that nobody's there.
Lady Buffs won the first set 25-22. They lead right now in set number 2, 11-8. Here's a free ball for the Falcons. Can they take advantage? No, but they get another shot. Antic, good shot. She really, to this point, had not tried the line too often, and so they kind of catch the back row off guard there, and it's a great shot, great kill for Sarah Antic, 6-foot senior from Stari Banovici, Serbia, a transfer from North Dakota, who comes in to the match tonight hitting 189, also 10 blocks. Powerful swinger. Snee, back set to Jones. Good job defensively, though, from Lucio. Sanchez, the up from Vogel. 3 players, great effort. 3 players all go after that ball on the roll shot from Abby Nash. And it's like, really, Abby, no matter what kind of shot she tries, it's going down.
Yeah, it seems to just work at this point for Nash. It's like just about whatever she does, she's able to find an open spot on the court or make it very, very difficult for a Falcons defender to actually get a clean touch.
Vogel tried to get in front of that massive swing from McGee, and she couldn't do it the second time, so it's a point for UTPB, and they trail by 2. Talk about Nash, talk about Abby wearing number 13, and also Alex from Tucson, Arizona. Reminds me of another crafty player in a different sport, was pretty good that played out in Arizona.
Oh.
That wore number 13, right?
Number 13.
And also had the last name Nash. How about Steve Nash?
I think there is a long hair resemblance
Different
there.
sport.
But very, very crafty.
Oh, Elliott is no surprise there. She puts that ball over the net, coming right at the defense. And for Kayla Elliott, her third kill, 333 tonight, and 3 blocks. McGee kept alive by Snee, and then Miller just trying to get it over. Goes into the net, point back to the Falcons.
Yeah, that's tough there. Lady Buffs were able to get it up. Would have been a free ball either way for UTPB.
Murillo serves. Good serve, flat. Gets the Lady Buffs out of system. Let's go where Miller has to hit that one from. It's going to lead to Elliott pushing it down, but Strambler was there. And Snee. Love it when the setters just push it over.
Yeah, great job there from Snee, using the dump shot to her advantage.
Gonna set it. Nope.
Nobody was ready for it. First time that we've seen either setter for the Lady Buffs use a dump shot today, and it worked out.
Miller. Hard attack. And they're going to say it was touched. So it'll be a kill for Tori Miller.
And it looks like no challenge on the Falcons side, but a timeout.
Okay, Tim Lesh calls timeout. Largest lead of the set here for West Texas A&M. They lead at 15-11. They won the first set, trying to go up 2-0. We'll be back right after this timeout here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
How do you make something that's already fresh even fresher? By adding fresh new things, like crisp pico de gallo for a little kick, and creamy cilantro lime sauce for that extra whoa. And pepper jack cheese because, of course, all on top of 2 fresh beef patties, or with chicken on a brioche bun. Whataburger's limited time Pico de Gallo burger and new Pico de Gallo chicken sandwiches. Good thing for fresh things. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Back to the action here from Brick Care Court at the box. Fans enjoying this one, the football team enjoying it, and right now it's a 15-11 lead for the Lady Buffs in set number 2. They won the first set, so the lead is 1-0. Snee outside to Miller, handled nicely by Doggett. And now Strambler tries and just hits that one a little wide. Point for WT. We'd seen in the match so far, every time Coach Lesh calls a timeout, it seems to work. His team kind of rallies a little bit. Right now, they're digging themselves a hole, trailing by 5.
Yet also different this time versus the last 2 times that he had called a timeout, as the Lady Buffs get another point there off a block at the net, is that the first 2 times he called a timeout, UTPB had a lead, whether it was 1 point or 2, a little bit different playing with the lead versus playing behind 4 or 5 points.
There's Elliott, and that's what you get with an aggressive server, is sometimes you're going to hit those, sometimes you're going to go a little wide, or you'll go into the net. And so I think Kendra Potts lives with that one. Service error gives the point to UTPB as they trail by 5. Good one hand from Stanfield. Miller puts a good effort into it, but UTPB, good pass, even though it's an overpass from Nash. She keeps it alive. Miller, nope, had a whistle.
Yeah, double touch on Snee on that set. Fortunately enough for the Falcons, as that would have been a tough ball for them to get as it bounced off the ceiling, off the arms of Sanchez.
And you don't see that very often in the college game, that double touch. But That's a point for Tori Miller. Terminates the point and gives the Lady Buffs a 5-point advantage again. Now 18-13. Can they extend it? Miscommunication there. The set was a little off, but you had both players on the front row looking at each other and nobody going after that ball. It hits the floor, and Coach Lesh, arms crossed, not happy about that possession. 19-13. Lady Buffs lead by 6. Snee to Marjani. Handled again. Doggett's doing a good job from the libero position. They call another double?
Yep.
Or a lift?
Double.
7-point lead. So momentum with the home team Lady Buffs. Nearly an overpass. Stanfield joust at the net. One. And then a big, big attack.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Not much that you can do about that here off the ceiling in the box. Again, it just completely changes the direction of the ball. And it changes every time it hits the ceiling depending upon how the ball is spinning too.
Strambler, good block touch. Makes it easy for Vogel. Free ball here for the Falcons. Great dig from Vogel. A whistle. Net violation goes against UTPB, so another kill for Tori Miller.
Looks like that one's going to be on Lucio in the net.
The previous kill that she had, Alex, just blasted it.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you and I had to go out there and try to dig just 10 of her shots, what would we be able to return? Maybe one if we got lucky.
Do we have a block? That's going to be is Kayla blocking for us? Like
it would be nice.
That's going to be the biggest key here.
Strambler just puts all of her effort into that one, but Nash somehow returns it. Strambler tries again, and Abby Nash puts her hands up. And the Lady Buffs play on. This time they'll try the middle, and it goes down. And a point for the Lady Buffs from the middle there. But what about the effort from Abby Nash?
Yeah, absolutely incredible. As we see the block here in the middle, Stanfield is right there. But a great job. Even the football players are having fun.
23. Yeah, see, these guys come out here. It's a lot harder than it looks, fellas. And it's also pretty fun, especially when you're up 23-13. Now make it 24-13. Set point for West Texas A&M. Buff Nation up on its feet. Snee trying to bring home set number 2. Got to get this one over. Miller does. Handled, though, by UT Permian Basin. They'll try a back row attack. Snee pops it up. Overpass. And the joust. No. Was Marjani just a little bit in that net?
I think it was on when she tried to push it over and the turn, she caught just the top of it.
So a point goes to, on the error there, goes to UT Permian Basin. They got a deficit here. Trailing by 10. And now set over. Cammie Jones from the right side gives the Lady Buffs the 25-14 win in set number 2. Couldn't handle that one.
Yeah, right through the block. The middle was a little bit late to rotate, and it worked out for WT as they take a commanding 2-0 set lead.
Okay, we'll take a timeout, come back with the third set here from the box. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Lady Buff Volleyball on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train long, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this. This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome back to the box as West Texas A&M wins set number 2. Much easier, 25-14, Alex, but it didn't start off that way. We saw the Falcons determined, ready to go. They actually took the early lead in the second set, 4-0, just like they had the good start in the first set, but right now they're in trouble. They're down 2-0 in the match.
Yeah, the Falcons started off very well to begin both sets, but tapered off a lot earlier this time as the Lady Buffs started off slow, but got things rolling a lot quicker as we look at the hitting stats again. WT hitting 221 versus 085 for the Falcons. Their number from set 1 to set 2 has gone down, whereas WT's number from set 1 to set 2 has gone up. So not what you want to see if you're head coach Tim Loesch, as they look to rebound here and try to at least take one set here in set number 3.
Kind of individual leaders for each side. For UT Permian Basin and Quincy Strambler, 7 kills, but just hitting 115. Leading the team in digs, Annalise Lucio with 16. Leading the team in assists. Lucio with 9 digs and 16 assists, so playing really well from the setter position. For WT, a lot of balance and really being led by Abby Nash and Tori Miller. They each have 9 kills. Abby, how about 389 on her hitting percentage? She also has 5 digs.
Incredible. Just a great all-around performance from Nash and Miller. As we see, it starts out with a service ace for the Lady Buffs.
Third one for Nash.
4th overall.
Okay.
Nash has 3 of the 4. I mean, absolutely.
Should you throw a hat? You should throw something on the court.
If without looking, if you had to guess, who do you think has the 4th service ace?
Well, my first guess would be Kayla Elliott.
That's incorrect.
Okay. I can't remember, Alex. I'm getting old. I'm 40 now.
Tori Miller, the other
Tori
person
Miller.
we were just talking about.
Okay. So the hitters really getting it a job done from the service line as well. 2-0 lead. The up. That's a good hit. A kill for UTPB, and they get on the board. And this is tough now. You get down 2-0 on the road at the box. Fans starting to get into it. You got to have that focus if you're Coach Lesch's team. Snee didn't quite get the set she wanted out, but they get it over. And there's a big block. Miller and Elliott combine for that point.
Yeah, great job by Elliott and Miller. They both played very well today. Again, Nash and Miller tied for the team lead in kills with 9 apiece, and then Elliott right behind them with 4.
Up at the net. Good battle with McGee and Marjani Stanfield. Lady Buffs have an opportunity here. And just off a little bit there as the attack goes into the net.
Looks like the set was a little bit behind Stanfield as she had to reach over her head and didn't get the right angle on the swing.
2 serving 3 now. Set number 3. We've gone 25-22, 25-14, West Texas A&M. The Lady Buffs lead it 2-0, and that's a great point there. Yep. Good shot, good kill for the Falcons. Nobody home on the back row there.
Yeah, just really nobody there. Not a spot that you would expect a ball to be placed just about every time, especially depending upon where the block is at in the middle from Stanfield. A great job there from McGee.
Emma Patterson is back in for WT. She handled that pass. High set, and the kill attempt off the mark. Point back to West Texas A&M. Cammie Jones back in onto the floor for Patterson. Had some fun with the Lady Buffs and the coaching staff. Mentioned they came onto the coaches show, and we did some fun questions, personality, and those kind of things. And Emma Patterson, you guess her spirit animal, Alex?
Dolphin.
Very close. It's a penguin.
Close.
Yeah.
It's close. Did she say why?
No. We'll have to ask her that. Here's a roll shot and handle. Look at Miller dive to the floor, and they managed to just get it over. It's a free ball for the Falcons. And McGee was able to get that one over. Nice job by Tori McGee, 6'1" senior out of California. Tied up at 4. We talk about UTPB obviously having to be focused and ready to avoid the sweep. On the other side, the Lady Buffs, coaches talk about it like putting teams away. Don't give them any momentum. And that's what you want if you're Kendra Potts, Casey Shingler, Krista Branson, the coaching staff for West Texas A&M. You want to make this an early evening for Buff Nation. A good attempt from Vogel that time, but her pass goes out of bounds, and it was the free ball that led to the point for the visitors from Odessa, who lead it by 1 in set number 3. And now we're tied. It's what you come to expect when the ball is being pushed out to number 31, are plays just like this. Ooh.
Yeah, that's just great stuff there from Miller. She's now back to serve. We'll see if she can get another ace for the Lady Buffs. But again, just absolutely incredible stuff from Miller on a consistent night after night basis.
They called that one as unplayable, I guess, and so they jump it up again. Close.
That's tough. Usually the rule is if it hits the ceiling and it stays on your side, it's good.
Play on.
And Stanfield touched it before it went to the other side. So I don't know if they're considering it based off of where it was going, or where it was touched.
Strambler had a big swing, but it's out. And so point back to WT, 6-5 lead. Lucio, back set, McGee tries to find an angle, but Snee was ready for it. Good passing again from UT Permian Basin, and again, Strambler, just a couple of misses. Timing there.
Yep.
Just not able to roll that hand over enough, and so a 2-point lead for WT, but the third set very important here for the Falcons. They can't get down too far as they trail 2-0 in the match. We're back after this timeout here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Brit Care Court at the box. Lucas Kinsey alongside Alex Kipfer, our outstanding producer tonight, Jacob Johnson. And a lot of good replays being provided from the Thunder Vision crew. And a lot of good volleyball being played really from both teams. There's a nice placement.
Great spot.
The vision being shown there from Abby Nash.
Her and Tori are going back and forth. They each got 10.
So a 3-point lead here for WT in set number 3. Back set to a back row attack. Ooh, what a block touch, but Jones kept it alive. Trouble for the Falcons, good save from Lucio. And the rally here, the longest one we've had in this set. Off of the touch, it's going to be Cammie Jones that terminates that one.
Yeah. Just, I don't even know, really what to say. Just the Lady Buffs are just really firing on all cylinders right now, and it's not just coming from the upperclassmen with Nash and Miller, but Jones is doing a great job. In the middle, Stanfield has 5 blocks. I mean, just a great all-around performance for the Lady Buffs thus far.
And I think that one should be
maybe an ace.
Well, Tori Miller gets credited for it. They give her the ace. No. Another point for WT. Marjani Stanfield. She got the start tonight, Alex, and really she's not disappointed at all. Stanfield, her 3rd kill, but more importantly, defensively, 5 blocks.
Yeah, Stanfield's done a great job in the middle. And again, like I was saying, not the biggest middle that you would usually see. You know, she only stands at 5'9", but very athletic and very quick to get up off the floor. And we've seen her do a great job of reading balls and being in the right spot at the right time, leading the team in blocks.
You remember early in this match when, going back to set number 1, as Jones is able to get one off the touch, till the block. And another point for Cammie. But early in the match, Alex, WT, their hitting percentage was, we said they were 0, right? 3 zeros.
Yeah.
And UTPB was hitting over 200, close to 300. Well, now it's Lady Buffs at over 220 and UTPB 0.53.
There's another ace.
Vogel getting in on the ace party. And the Lady Buffs lead by a touchdown. 13-6. One-hand stab. Miller will make a good effort, and Chandler dives just because.
I think she just has fun just diving on the floor sometimes.
Does that prove how soft that court really is, Alex? That Vogel's like, I'll just go ahead and dive one more time. Why not?
I mean, I don't know, because she did that on the old floor too. I think that's just who she is. She's like, yeah, we'll see if I can get there.
Incredible numbers here for Chandler, senior from Hereford. This is her 434th set in her career.
Okay.
And tonight is her 122nd start as a Lady Buff. And again, we already talked about it. Number 2 all-time on the Diggs list. She trails Lauren Bevel coming in at tonight, 2,423 to 2,272.
So like 150 digs?
I'll let you do the math.
Is that about right? Math is hard.
I'm the English history guy. Stay away from math. So 13, we got a little discrepancy at the scores table, but it's a point for UTPB. Alex, you got that math for me?
151. I was just about on the money for that.
Very nice. On the money, Cammie Jones. She has been special this year. Doesn't get as many opportunities, but when she does this right here.
Yeah, great job by Jones. 6 kills so far this game on 14 total attempts, hitting .357. Currently good for second most behind Kayla Elliott and just in front of Abby Nash at .348.
Emma Patterson almost got herself a service ace, but then couldn't handle the attack from UTPB, point to the Falcons.
trying to do some math here to see if Chandler keeps going at her current rate, how many sets she needs to take over the all-time spot.
Lady Buffs on the attack and a whistle. They call a double?
Yep, double touch there on Snee, and it looks like Chandler is going to need about 32 more sets.
All right.
Which if you go 4 sets in a match on average, some go 3, some go 5, it's about 8 games.
I like it. Getting some math in here tonight in this match, and it's a good kill from Kayla Elliott. That was a big point there because UTPB had just cut it to 4. As you see here on the replay, Elliott able to tool that block and get it down. But that's a big swing there. You go instead of only up by 3, Lady Buffs up by 5, and look who's serving again.
And look who got an ace again, just like you were saying. Abby Nash picking up her 3rd service ace, according to the stat sheet here. 5th overall for the Lady Buffs. Again, Nash with her 3rd. Miller has 1. Vogel has 1, as we already saw this set.
Nearly another one.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be 2.
Good dig from Patterson in the back row. And now UTPB have another shot. Chandler Vogel returns that one off of April Egwu's attempt. Good hustle. Miller hits it hard, but an overpass. So here's another free ball. Out.
Elliott was close.
Elliott is pleading like she's turning to her parent. No, I promise.
Yeah, and it looks like she's going to...
Coach Potts says, Kayla Elliott, I trust you, and they'll take a look at this again. So another fun fact, we'll throw this out here. We've got a little bit of a break, Alex.
Okay.
Another thing we found out last night about the Lady Buffs is Kayla Elliott. So the question that she answered on the show last night was, if she's out shopping, what is something that she can't leave home without? Right? She's got to, I got to go get this.
Okay.
So I thought the answer would be shoes, would be, some kind of clothing item. Her answer was plants. And that's what they talked about with Kayla Elliott. Said she is a plant girl, and as Coach Shingler was describing, loves to talk about plants. And so if you need some tips on plants around the house,
all right.
Go to Kayla Elliott. Also serving advice, Kayla Elliott, and blocking.
Yes, definitely. She's done a great job in the middle, and I'm sure she's done a great job keeping her plants well catered to.
You got to love them, right?
All right.
I don't know anything about plants,
If
Alex.
she's on the show at the end of the game, I'm going to ask her what her favorite plants are. What do you think her answer is going to be? Top 2. I'll give you 2 guesses to guess.
Maybe a really tall plant, Alex.
Yeah, but like a name. Like, do you have a name for a plant? like just some kind of name. You got to give me a name. You can't just say a lot of plants are tall. Like, does a tree count as a plant? Because that's pretty tall to me.
That would be my favorite plant, Alex.
A tree? A tree is your favorite plant?
Yeah.
Like,
we had, by the way, during that break, we had the Mar and Mar show again.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, they were dancing.
Lauren Marler and Marjani Stanfield. Nash just has to get that one over, so free ball here for the Falcons. Right side attack, handled easily. Snee tries to sneak one over, but ready for it was Lucio. What a save from Patterson. She goes flying over the bench. Tried to get another one, and it goes off of Patterson's hands. Coach Potts really upset about something down there. Still a 5-point lead for WT.
Yeah, I don't know what she's mentioning, something about the Lady Buffs. Maybe rotations? I'm not exactly sure.
How about a bamboo palm?
A bamboo palm?
Yeah.
Okay, that's one. That's one. You got one.
Dracania Gold.
Did you just search tall plants?
Totally not on Google right now.
Did you search tall plants specifically?
I'm going to go with the Madagascar dragon tree.
Okay.
How's that one sound? That sounds pretty exotic.
Yeah. Okay. So some sort of bamboo and a Madagascar dragon tree?
Yes.
All right.
Definitely.
Okay. We'll see. If we see her again, I'll be sure to ask.
So the point goes to the Falcons after we figure out our favorite plants, and it's a 16-12 lead for WT. What an athletic play there by Elliott, but a great job defensively to get it back from the Falcons. Kind of staying alive here. Doggett just rolls it over. Need to get a good set, and Elliott again just a little off. Has to kind of Air Jordan that one. Vogel is able to dig. The Lady Buffs keep it alive.
Wow.
After all that, great effort. And a point WT. It goes to the Lady Buffs there.
Wow. A great job there. Just incredible stuff.
So no touch.
Yeah, I guess it just ricocheted weird off the tape, off the top of the net.
Hit on UTPB's side, and
it was a swing from McGee in the middle, I believe, and it just hit off the net and went out. I thought that there might have been a touch, but that's why we're up here, right?
Yeah. She does get that one down. Good placement. She uses a cut shot there.
Looks like the Falcons aren't done yet.
No.
Again, WT got out to a very big lead early, stretched as much as 5 or 6, and kept it there for a couple of points, but a couple of timeouts and a break in the action on a replay has really given them some momentum back.
Miller's attack attempt is wide, and this is as close as it's been in a while here for UT Permian Basin. They trail by 3. And now they trail by 4. Tori Miller with kill number 11. And she's had a lot of attacks tonight, Alex. 36 attacks now for Tori Miller. Second in attacks has been Abby Nash.
Yeah, they've been a great 1-2 punch for the Lady Buffs here tonight, and part of the reason why they have a 5-point lead here in set 3 and a 2-0 set lead.
Attack goes into the net, and so the point back to West Texas A&M. Again, we feel like what we've seen tonight from UT Permian Basin, Alex, has been a really good effort. They've played some good volleyball, but just not able to put it all together. There's a good point, though. Again, they've had a lot of success in the middle tonight. Again, Tori McGee, Chandra Reed has been in there some. And now they'll get Strambler back in, and she'll come in on the front row. It's a 4-point lead for West Texas A&M. The Falcons serve, and they get an ace. Second one of the match for the Falcons to cut the lead to 3.
Yep, still not over yet. The points are coming very rapidly, though, from both sides, as we've seen some long rallies earlier today. It's been a lot of quicker points here in the later stages of set 3.
Good hustle from Strambler to track that ball down from Miller. Falcons have a chance with Strambler. Hits it right to Vogel. And Miller hits it between 2 Falcon defenders. What a shot.
Yeah, Alcocer and Sanchez were there, just unable to really do anything about it, as it was a great swing by Miller. A lot of speed on that one, and it's going to force a timeout for the Falcons.
Hey, look at that guy there, Hunter Hughes, enjoying the volleyball action tonight. Are we going to get a smile like we saw on his fat head last Saturday up in the crowd? And we'll have to wait and see. Lady Buffs lead by 4. We're back after these messages.
joints begin to fail, it's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
Lady Buffs out of the timeout will serve. Leading by 4, trying to close out the set. Strambler wants to keep playing as the lead is cut to 3. Falcons have to have this one as they lost the first 2 sets 25-22. Very tight one in set number 1. And then 25-14 in set number 2. Big point coming here as Caitlin Bustamante will serve. Back set on the jump set from Snee, but handled on the other side by Alcácer. And then a block. Johnny Stanfield and Cammie Jones lead back to 4.
Incredible stuff there by a pair of freshmen on the far side. Again, like you were talking about, a deep and young team here for the Lady Buffs. And it's going to be really great to see them only get better over time.
What a dig from Vogel. A huge attack from the Falcons. Vogel will set it. Nice one to Jones, who gets the kill.
Got a little help there from the tape, but
yeah,
it works.
Cammie Jones with 7 kills tonight and hitting near 350 now. Diggs, Tori Miller with 10, Chandler Vogel 19. Falcons keep that one alive. Great hustle. Showing off the passing, the defensive skills. Got to get it over. Snee does. Strambler hangs. One-hand dig from Miller, and they play on. They know how crucial this point is. Both sides, 22-17 the score right now. Miller hustles again and keeps it alive. Vogel has to just push it over. Free ball for the Falcons. Block touch and a great point there, earned. And I mean earned by the Falcons.
Yeah, no kidding. That one definitely earned there by UTPB, as it was a very, very long rally that helps keep them in this game a little bit.
Look at that cut shot, but an even better dig from Daly Doggett. Jones gets it over and down.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that shot from Nash. Was able to find a spot where nobody was really at, and Doggett came out of nowhere to take that one, but a good swing there from Jones ends that point for WT.
WT trying to win for the 5th time at home this season. They're 4-0 coming into this one tonight. Good one-hand dig on the backside there by Murillo. And a point for the Lady Buffs, and now it is not only set point, it is match point, 24-18. WT trying to move to 8-2 overall on the season. Emma Patterson serves. Good attempt from Strambler. Nash off the tip, and it drops. How did that ball drop for what will be match winner right there? We'll look at the replay again. It was fitting that Abby Nash was going to end this one, right?
Yeah, definitely fitting. She finishes with 11 kills. Miller finishing with a double-double, 12 kills and 12 digs. A great all-around performance from the Lady Buffs as they take it by 3-0.
25-22, 25-14, and 25-18. Lady Buffs complete the sweep tonight and again improve to 8-2 overall. They will play tomorrow right here at the box. 2 o'clock start against Western New Mexico. We'll take a timeout, come back, and we'll start the postgame show for you right here from Brick Care Court at the box. We're back right after this.
For 90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
How do you make something that's already fresh even fresher? By adding fresh new things, like crisp pico de gallo for a little kick, and creamy cilantro lime sauce for that extra whoa. And pepper jack cheese because, of course, all on top of 2 fresh beef patties, or with chicken on a brioche bun. Whataburger's limited time pico de gallo burger and new pico de gallo chicken sandwiches. Good thing for fresh things. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie lies
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
This is what a new heart valve looks like. This is what a bypassed artery looks like. And this is what a repaired aortic aneurysm looks like. The BSA Heart and Vascular Team is here to help you live life to the fullest. From our state-of-the-art cardiac technologies to our dedicated heart specialists, our goal is to help you take the very best care of your heart so you can enjoy everything else that matters to you. BSA for life.
80 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
Welcome back to the Lone Star Conference Digital Network as we're into the post game now. Lucas Kinsey, Alex Kipfer, and awaiting head coach Kendra Potts and also one of the stars from tonight's match. The Lady Buffs win this one 25. We go as they go through a sweep. Let me go back through these again. 25-22 in the first set, 25-14 in set number 2, and the last one 25-18. West Texas A&M wins, improves on the season, their record. to 8-2, 2-1 in Lone Star Conference play. The Falcons of UTPB fall tonight, valiant effort, but they fall to 6-4, 1-1 in Lone Star Conference play. And the Lady Buffs home winning streak continues. Alex, your thoughts? Let's talk first some good things on the visitors, UTPB, what you saw tonight.
So I thought that they started off very well in the first two sets. I thought they started off very well in the first two sets. They got off to a quick start in set 1 and set 2. They held it a lot better in set number 1. Again, that set came all the way down to the wire. It was 25-22 right up until the end when WT was able to pull away, as we saw on the court. A couple of great plays made by Abby Nash and Tori Miller. Some blocks in the middle from Elliott and Stanfield. That really just brought everything together at the end for WT as they held things together well. But they were able to find their big hitters early and often. Now, in the meantime, WT did a great job of combating those hitters as Strambler got off to an early start but cooled off towards set number 2 and set number 3. McGee in the middle did a very good job, not only on the offensive side, but the defensive side as well, and made things very difficult for the Lady Buffs. So I thought that they played very well in the front line and in the back line early in the sets.
And Alex, I know we talked about this as the match went on for WT, and you'll get a chance to talk to Kendra Potts about this in just a little bit, but they got more comfortable. I mean, at the beginning, I think Kendra's probably not happy with the first set in terms of how clean it was or really how messy it was. You still get the win, though. You win 25-22, but we were scratching our heads thinking, how did WT pull that first set out?
Yeah, it really was just an incredible all-around effort by the Lady Buffs to stay in the set and not let it get too far out of hand. Again, Coach Potts only used one timeout in set number 1, which really shows how much faith that not only she had in her team, but how well that the Lady Buffs were able to keep it together, even playing down for the majority of the first set.
We are going to just take another one quick timeout here, and when we come back, we will have those player interviews for you, player interview and head coach Kendra Potts, and then we'll wrap things up here from the box. Lady Buffs get the sweep tonight over UTPB, and we're back after these messages.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
They played for UTPB today because it's less than half of, I guess.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Next to the camera. This camera.
Okay, so you think we got food after
on the platform, on the other side of the stairs. Yeah. So use the other side. Yeah, that side. There you go.
Yep, Abby, come on.
Come on, Abby. Not too hard.
All right, they're coming.
I think you're the only one. No, we don't.
All right, they're on their way, Jacob.
You're live. And they're live.
Welcome back to the box as we get Kendra Potts set to come up here and join Alex Kifford. That's all right. We're good. We'll get her up here. And
you're right here next to me. There we go. Well, you also played a whole game
Yeah.
Definitely understandable. Coach Potts, congratulations on the win. First win at home in conference this season. Tell us a little bit about what you usually tell the girls when they start out down early again. Sets 1 and 2 started off a little bit slow, but what did you guys really do to rebound and come back?
We've been working on that specifically this week just because we've had some opportunities to be down and come back, whether it's early or late in a set. And I'm really happy they applied what we've been trying to work through this week. And so despite the slow start or maybe the rocky start, I want to capitalize on what we did well to get out of it, And with Blair Moreland out, we were trying some new things with Mary, and I want to get her going tomorrow. I think people just have to get used to her timing, but that's why we had to go into a 5-1 situation with Sadie setting all the way around. But the girls adjusted well. So I was really proud of how they just adjusted on the fly and went with it.
Yeah, definitely. Again, we saw Mary come in for a little bit. And, again, if the timing is not there. Timing, some people might not know, is really the biggest thing between setters and hitters, and that's what separates good setters and hitting combinations. Is not just the timing, but how long that they've been playing together.
Correct.
Again, you were a setter yourself here at WT. Did you have any problems like that that you'll be able to tell Mary to focus on going into the rest of the season?
For sure. For sometimes setters just want to give that perfect ball and they overthink it, and they're trying to be too perfect with it when they just need to put it in a nice little window for our hitters and then put it in our hitters' hands to terminate. And I think we have good enough hitters to be able to manage that. And so I think Mary just wanted it so bad, and I love that.
Yeah.
That's why I love her so much.
Yeah, she's
is
very
that she
competitive.
does want it so bad.
Yes.
And so we're going to get her going, but that's really what it is. She just needs to keep her thought process simple, locate simply, and just make things a little bit less tight.
Gotcha. And then going forward from today, what are your big takeaways that you want to build on for tomorrow? And then what do you want to work on that you felt that you could have done a little bit better today?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been hitting at a pretty high percentage for the season, and tonight was a little rocky. It was, again, I think it might have been a little bit of the setting, set location, keeping it simple, but we don't have to swing into errors as what we did. We kind of got in bunches there. And then serve receive just seemed a little bit tight tonight, which is fine.
Yeah.
I think sometimes when you get really excited and you're happy to be home and you're ready to just be able to play for your crowd, you might want to overperform a little bit, and that might have been a little bit of it, but we got ourselves under control. So I was really proud. I was proud of how Marjani came out, and she really owned her position, and she did a great job at the net. Strambler is not anybody to be overlooking, and she did a great job with her. I mean, keeping her at 0.86 for the night. I think Marjani had a lot to do with it. She was in front of her. She was slowing balls down, and I was really proud of her. Also proud of how Abby Nash handled some things in that first set when we had to score.
Yes.
She really pulled through when we needed those points, and I was really proud of her, how she handled the pressure.
Definitely. Abby did a great job in set 1, again, in the late stretch, helping us come back, crawl out of the hole, scratch and fight, do whatever that we needed to do, and it worked out well for us, and it got us a sweep.
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank you, Coach. We're going to pass it off to Abby real quick.
Get over here, Nasty.
All right, and welcome back. We're here with Abby Nash. And Abby, a great job today. How do you feel after a great performance here today at home?
I feel awesome. I've been working a lot on my offensive game, my defense, and my serve receive. So I feel like it really, has come to fruition, and it's just really nice to see hard work really just pay off.
Gotcha. And then going forward, again, like I was talking to Coach Potts about, down early and for most of the game in set 1, in set 2, down early, when you need big key points like you got us a couple today, what's really going through your head in your swing or in your preparation from point to point to keep WT in the game later in the game?
Yeah, so believe it or not, I don't know if Kendra can see the future, but this past week, all we've been doing is putting ourselves at a disadvantage. So we've been purposefully starting our scrimmages at 19 to 21. So we're putting ourselves at an advantage, so we have to learn how to fight back. So a lot of that pressure that you would think of initially coming into a game, you're already down, a lot of that was relieved because we had practiced that the prior week. So something that we were working on was just keeping it simple. Sometimes you try to get up and just get this massive kill when in reality, just keep doing what you're doing. You're going to figure it out, and they're going to make an error.
And then speaking of starting from behind, what are some things that you tell yourself if you have a slow start, specifically a couple of tack errors, you've been blocked a couple of times, what do you really do to keep yourself focused in the middle of the game, in the heat of the battle, to keep it steady for the end of the battle?
Yeah, I think I just go back to the fundamentals. So serve receive wise, I work on just getting 2 reads, not just going off of the first one, but having my just putting myself in a good position to react to if the ball floats differently or anything like that. Offensive-wise, I'm just working on the basic stuff, make sure I'm waiting, make sure I'm not early, getting my feet to the ball, simple stuff like that. Just going back to the fundamentals really helps me out.
Wonderful, Abby. Thank you very much. We're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow against Western New Mexico. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick break here on the Lone Star Conference Network and come back to close it out more after this.
All right, go Buffs. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we wrap things up here from Brick Care Court at the box fitting tonight, the ribbon cutting ceremony. You can't lose on a ribbon cutting ceremony
Definitely
tonight, right?
not, especially with the gold scissors. I wonder if there's a specific place you go to buy those. Have you ever thought about that?
Maybe the same place where you go and get those plants that we were talking about earlier, Alex. But it was a great evening for WT. Good effort from UT Permian Basin, but in the end, the Lady Buffs come away with the victory tonight, the sweep, as they win 25-22, 25-14, and 25-18. Reminder, all kinds of action tomorrow from West Texas A&M Athletics. We will have a soccer match, 2 of those tomorrow. First one's at noon, and that is the men, I believe.
I believe the men, I think the first game is at 1.
At 1, okay.
Check on that.
We will have men's and women's soccer action tomorrow at home at the pitch. Alex will have the call of those matches for you, as both teams doing a great job. Also, and go ahead and give the times on those, Alex.
So the men's game is going to be at noon against Lubbock Christian, and then the women are going to play at 3 p.m. against number 17 Dallas Baptist, so it should be a lot of good action tomorrow.
Big match there. Also, Lady Buffs volleyball will be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock as they'll take on Western New Mexico. And then to cap things off tomorrow night at 7, West Texas A&M hosting number 5 ranked Colorado School of Mines. I want to thank our outstanding Thunder Vision production crew tonight. My director for this evening, Jacob Johnson, did a great job. Nicole Williams, Kaysen Johnson, Emma McReynolds on the camera work. We had great replays all night, great shots, and a lot of good action out here tonight for Buff Nation. That's going to do it for Alex Kipfer. I'm Lucas Kinsey saying good night and thank you